Hey everyone, welcome back to Improve Every Day. It's me Matt here, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is just going to be a kind of off-the-cuff vlog video. I'm not really going to be focused on any one subject. I don't think I've made any videos like this on this channel yet, so this is going to be interesting. We'll see how it goes. It could be completely rubbish or it could be really good. So, where do I get started? Well, I just want to talk a little bit about my self-improvement journey and so on, more where I am in my life right now, little things that are happening and where I want to go and so on. So first of all, I've set myself a few goals, and the first of those goals is not to drink any alcohol until December. Basically, I feel like when I drink alcohol, like the next morning, I always feel kind of, low energy, I'm not very productive and so on, and I feel like when I was drinking once a week, it was kind of taking a little bit out of my week by me losing that next morning. So I want to take a break until December, like completely no drinking, not even a single beer. So that's going to be an interesting one. I did that at the start of the year as well, and I quite enjoyed that. My second goal is going to be to spend less time at my computer. Now I spend an awful lot of time at my computer because it's how I work, I use it for my work, and I also use it to communicate with people and so on. As you may or may not know, I have social anxiety, so it's a great way for me to keep in touch even when I'm not able to face my fear and go out and socialise and so on. But I want to spend a little bit less time on it. I will probably talk more about that in future videos, about why I think that you should spend a bit less time on the computer. But basically I set myself this goal of spending at least an hour away from the computer each day, in addition to any time I already spent away from it. And basically, I will time that hour and I'll go off and I'll read, or I'll write, or I'll go on the exercise bike, or I'll do some other form of exercise, or I'll go outside for a walk, or I'll think of, product ideas, or whatever it is, I'll go and do something. I haven't been very strict with that just yet. I've not been very good with that so far. I only started this, a few days ago, so, I'm still getting used to it. I did do it, like the first day, I did it really well. I actually, stayed off the entire hour, and also during that hour, I actually was coming up with little taglines for my Lucid Dreaming audio course on my other channel. If you've actually seen any of my popular videos on that channel and you look in the comments, you might see one of those taglines like pinned with a link to my advanced lucidity course, and that's from that day, because I was kind of sitting away from the computer. I got on the exercise bike for a bit, I meditated for a bit, and then I just thought, like, I want to come up with something productive. I want to do something productive with this time, so I just got a bit of paper and started jotting down ideas, and it was actually probably the most productive hour that I had that week. Another goal of mine is I want to get back into meditating every single day. I actually have been very, extremely lazy with my meditation lately over the summer. I've kind of just let it slip, where I'll be meditating, a couple of days, and I won't meditate for several days and so on. And I want to get back into the habit of meditating every single day, no matter what, even if it's just for a few minutes. The next goal that I have is that I actually want to start writing a book. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be a book that I release, but ideally it would be. But mainly I just need to write a book for the sake of practice, because, I used to be writing a lot and I don't write as much these days. I've actually also started on this goal. I started on this goal just today. I've written the first 2 pages. I actually started writing a fiction book, which is something that I've had a goal of doing since I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, I wanted to grow up and write fiction. I since changed that goal, but it's still something that I want to do. It's just not my main goal in life, if that makes sense. But yeah, I started writing. I had no idea what I was going to write about, but I was actually reading this book recently. It's called The War of Art by, I believe, Steven Pressfield. And he talks about his experience as a writer, dealing with things like lack of motivation and so on. And one of the things he says is that when you're actually trying to write a book or be creative or whatever, you shouldn't wait for inspiration. You should actually start writing, start working, go to the keyboard, go to the typewriter, and after you've worked for a little bit, you'll find that's when inspiration comes to you. So I did that today. I started writing about this kind of open-ended start to the book that didn't really necessitate me going in any particular direction with a theme, and just one little part of that I wrote just gave me this idea in my mind, and I've now got like a whole story kind of fleshed out. Obviously not the entirety of the story, but like the whole theme of the story, if that makes sense. So that's kind of cool. I'm excited about that. I've never written more than a few pages of fiction before, so we'll have to see how that goes. But I want to try and chip at it a little bit at a time and just keep working on it over time. Another thing that's been on my mind, that's been a bit of a goal of mine for a while now, is I wanted to get a blood test. I wanted to get my thyroid hormone checked, and I also wanted to get my testosterone and other, related hormones checked, estradiol, prolactin, and so on. The reason for that, the hormones like testosterone and so on, I wanted to get checked because I used to be an opiate addict, and those can really mess up those hormones, and so I was concerned, if they'd damage those hormones in the long run. I've been almost 3 years clean now, but I wasn't sure how my hormones would look. For the thyroid hormone, I recently found out that my mother has hypothyroidism, so I wanted to check, to see if I had anything, because it can be genetic. Good news is I actually finally got myself out of the house, went and got that checked a couple of days ago, and I got my results in yesterday, and everything across the board is great. So that was good as well. On the rest and relaxation front, I finally got my turntable fixed a few weeks ago. If you're familiar with me from my other channel, my Lucid Dreaming channel, you know that I like to listen to vinyl. It's not all I listen to digital music just as much, if not more. I'm not one of these people who just says, oh, vinyl is better or anything like that. I just like the act of putting down a record, setting down the needle and actually watching it play. I like the physicality of it and so on. If you weren't familiar with my other channel, well, now you know that. Now you know that I like vinyl. Anyway, my turntable had some issues and I basically wasn't able to use it for a while, but I managed to get that fixed. It does have another issue now. Basically the wires in the tone arm, which is basically the arm that has the actual pickup and the needle on it. The wires in that are a bit tight and it's causing some skating issues. I may have to rewire the tone arm, which I'm really not looking forward to. That doesn't look like a very simple job. But for now, I've just dealt with it by increasing the anti-skate, and it's playing more or less fine, it seems. But on that front, I did actually dig out a really awesome record recently. My friend was here and we were just going through the collection that my dad gave me that used to be his and my uncle's. And there are lots of records in there that I haven't listened to yet. And we were going through it and there was just one that stood out to me. I really liked the cover of it. This one, Camel Mirage, and it kind of looks like the art on the Camel cigarettes as well. And I was like, I like that cover art, I have to listen to it. So we put it on. At first it didn't play, it had a problem playing. Then we got it to play, and I've just been listening to this album over and over. It's from, I think, 1974 or somewhere around there, maybe 1973, maybe 1976, sometime in the 70s anyway, and it just sounds so good. It vaguely reminds me of Tame Impala, if you're familiar with that band, but it's a lot earlier, and so maybe maybe it inspired some of their stuff, I don't know. But it's really, really good. It's rock, but kind of progressive rock, I guess. So yeah, if you're interested in that kind of music, if you like vinyl, then this is definitely a good album to check out. It's it's one of the older records in my collection, and yeah, it's actually one of the better sounding ones. It actually sounds better than some of my new records that I've just bought. So yeah, that's just been a little quick ramble vlog. Like I said, I didn't really have any particular goal for that vlog. There's probably stuff that I missed out that I could have mentioned, and I kind of mentioned stuff without any real purpose there. It was also my first proper attempt at a vlog, I guess, so apologies if it was spoken a bit too fast, a bit too rambly or anything like that. Hopefully future vlogs will be better. But yeah, I do plan to actually make this a feature of this channel, as well as all the guides and informative videos. I want to make vlog videos where I talk about my journey and just my life in general, because I want this to be about my motto in life. My motto in life is that I want to make each day better than the last, and I want to improve every day. But that is part of who I am. So this channel is as much about who I am as, the improving part. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and found it quite informative. If you want to not only learn new things and watch fun and entertaining videos, but also to keep improving yourself every single day, then be sure to subscribe for more content like this. If you're already subscribed, click on one of the 2 videos seen on screen to keep watching and keep improving. Thanks for watching, see you again soon.